Hello, this is Mike with Play More Games, and today we're going to look at one of the more recent CSS modules, the Little Land, which is the first in the Nemesis series, which covers Eastern Front, World War II. This is specifically the Battle of Novorossiysk, and it was a Soviet amphibious invasion in 1943. I think this is from the historical notes, it didn't go very well for the Soviets. Even in 1943, even with their Romanian allies, from what I understand of the conflict, the German command and control was just vastly superior to the Soviets. As you can imagine, like, Soviet planning for the amphibious invasion was a little bit scattered. Didn't really work. The Germans were forewarned. The diversionary battle didn't work. In short, it was pretty much a disaster. So, why a game on it? Well, it's still an interesting situation. On the one hand, we're just looking at the one map here, but to the east, the Soviets have a frontal assault going on against some entrenched German infantry divisions, and in the west, they're trying to, crack open the nut, so to speak, with an amphibious invasion. So you have like a traditional overland assault, an amphibious invasion against in-place defenders. So kind of, a couple different things going on, which is pretty cool. And there's a lot of, chrome that make things interesting. Soviet airborne drops, German, formation attachments. I think this is the first CSS title with a more developed air system. Maybe developed isn't the right word, but it's less abstracted. In the Pacific titles, the Japanese Air Force was really a non-factor, non-existent. At that point in those games, didn't really play a role in the defense of those islands. Here, though, it was an active contest. So, enough about that. We'll get into the scenario in just a second. So what are some of the things that are different with this module? One big change is second suppressions are eliminations in this game, as opposed to the Pacific titles. And that's really important because if you notice, all these hexes start suppressed. And we certainly don't want to, lose these guys right off the get-go. So we have, we have that. That's a big change. Prepared assault. Assault modifiers and costs are a little bit different. Soviets have to pay 2 dispatch points to put a marker down. Their troop quality bonus is not as good as the Germans, as you might imagine. I'm trying to think of what else. A big change. There's no, as you can see, there's no amphibious landing boxes. The units are just kind of placed directly down onto the map. Which, depending on how you feel about it, takes away or adds to the enjoyment, because it lets you just play the game. And if you followed the Saipan campaign at all that I've been doing, then after a certain point, the only purpose of it is to regulate the flow of new troops to the battle, because after a certain point the Japanese can't even make any fire on those boxes. There are quite a few units that, you know, have no HQ. There are some units that have no division or HQ. And there's different rules about when you activate those. I don't think any of those units are in effect in this scenario. There are also commissar units. They can be placed voluntarily or they can be placed involuntarily. And we'll see if those come up if we get to fool around with any of those. Another big change is leaders can be killed if you're firing on a hex with a leader in it and you roll a 0, which is a change from earlier titles. Yeah. Alright, so we'll get started. So we'll just go over the objectives. So objectives are simple. There are 3 hexes here. This one right here, 1029. This one right here, 1024. And this one right here, 1320. They're worth 5 victory points each for each side. Germans start with control of all of them, but they don't get victory points for them. They would get victory points for them if they lose them and then they retake them. In any case, it's the first to 11 victory points. So these are each worth 5, and an eliminated enemy unit is worth 1. So for the Soviets, if they take 2 of these hexes and kill a single unit, then it's an immediate victory. Otherwise, at the end of the scenario, which ends February 21st, or excuse me, February 4th, at the end of the 2100 turn. So in other words, we're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 turns. Okay. Whoever has the most victory points. Okay. So there's no, strictly speaking, any rules for, well, in the game, you airdrop, you know, these units physically. So there's not really a strictly speaking rule for how you do that in a vassal module. So here's what I'm going to do. I've picked their drop hexes, and I'm going to roll. And I've assigned them a 20% chance of hitting the target. If not, we'll roll once for scatter, and then we'll roll once for distance. And that's going to be what we're going to do. Be the best thing I can think of. So we'll roll this one, and we'll say on a D10, 0 to 1, it hits the target and lands in the target hex. No. So then we'll roll for scatter. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to scatter in this direction, and then we're going to roll a D10, and then we're going to have it. Alright, so halved, and then in the convention of the game, rounded down would be 1, 2, 3. So we'll put them there. Yeah, maybe if you're dropping a unit from above the board, it wouldn't drift that far, but who knows? Maybe you're playing outside. Okay. Oh, and then we have to decide, you know, whether it lands in column or deployed. So in column, in column, even, deployed, odd. Alright, so it lands in column. Alright, so if it lands in a clear or village hex that isn't a paragraph entry marker, place a 1 DG and leave the unit in column. Alright, so it gets 1 DG. Okay. And now we'll do the same for here. 0 to 1, it lands on target. 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And then distance, so D10 halved. 2. 1, 2. Odd in column, even deployed. Alright, so deployed. Alright, so it is disorganized and suppressed. Okay. So, not a bad landing. We could probably sneak into that victory hex. So let's just take a quick look at the reinforcement schedule. Germans are not scheduled to get anything till the 1300 turn. Too bad for them. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll do the special bombardments. So basically we take these counters and we'll make 3 shots. Now since it is night, our fire powers are reduced by 1. We have to declare them all, and also since it is a night turn, we can only fire at hexes that we are adjacent to. So we're going to try there, there, and there. Okay? Alright. So, let's start here. Now, it's a direct fire attack. So it's 4 plus 1 for the defense values of the units, and we'll just fire at the big one there, the mortar section, the 7th strength unit. Alright, so let's look up that on the terrain. That is defined as village, which is -1, so that'll cancel out. So +1 for defense value, -1 for the village, -1 for night. So 3 or lower. So it's a 1. Alright, so a 1 on the yellow is DG R star. Okay. So let's roll a route check. Ooh, and that's a fail. You always fail on 9. Now, what they could do is they could use their schnapps. And the reason why it might be not such a bad idea to use it right now is because they're going to get it back on the very next turn. So let's see. I'm just double checking in this game what happens on a failed route, but I believe since they're deployed, pinned. So the hex is pinned. Yeah. Why don't we why don't we re-roll our route check? Actually, let's check out and see what our chances of passing this check are. So their troop quality is 3. We would have a +1 for the mortar, a -1 for the village. and -1 for the die roll. Okay, so +1 for the unit, -1 for the village, -1 for the die roll, or the result. So that nets out to be a -1. So they have a 50% chance of failing. Yeah, so why don't we save it? We'll just save it. Alright, so we'll move that there, but we won't take it too far. Alright. So now, we'll go to this one. So that's a -2 for the trench, -1 for the terrain, -1 for night. So basically they need a 0. No. Probably won't shoot there again. Alright, so here, so -2 for the trench, -1 for night. So they need a, so that's a +1, which cancels out the night, and those are the only modifiers, so 4 or fewer. 2. So 2 is 2 DGR. So route check. Route check is a pass. Alright. So yeah. Oh, that's my unit. Okay. Alright, so here again 3 or fewer, it's a fail. And then 4 or fewer here, we'll roll twice. 4 and 5. So 4 on the yellow is 3 DGR. Alright, that will actually kill that unit. So now the Germans will use the schnapps because they definitely don't want to lose that unit. So we'll just put that off to the side here so we know it's been used. So we'll re-roll it. 3. 3 is a 2 DGR. So it still goes to 4, and now it takes a route check. And it fails. So now the hex is pinned. So not off to a great start are the Romanian defenders, but if you are the Soviets, you like to see those big heavy units with some negative modifiers on them, for sure. Okay, so now we will go and we will pull our very first jet, which is the German direct command. So they kind of catch a break there. So we'll roll their command rating. So they get 3. So they'll have 5 direct commands. Okay. So they're going to want to remove the pinned and the pinned there, so that's 2. And then they're going to take a shot with this unit here on this hex here. Now, per special rule, they can fire on the beach hex with a white firepower. I didn't stop to figure out the modifiers, but that's not going to cut it, I'll tell you that. Let's see. This stack here could fire at a red 7. So 3 for the Romanian company, plus 1 for the HQ, plus 1 for the leader, plus 2 for the light anti-tank gun is 7. Up to 9. Since they're all in column, the Germans would get to choose 9. -1 for night would be 8. Yeah. It seems like a really good way to kill some Soviets, so let's try it. It's going to take both of our direct commands to do it. So 5. 5 is a 3DGR. Let's check out the Soviet quality. Actually, the Soviet troop quality is not that bad. All right. So we'll roll the route check, which is a 6. 7, 8, 5. Shoot. 4. Yeah. Yeah, let's try the schnapps, the vodka, see if we get it to pass. 4. So plus 2 for this, minus 2 for that. No. Not a good start for the Soviets. Okay. So this unit routes. And it does have an HQ to route back to, which is good. Okay. So then we'll pull our next chit. Alright. So we're going to remove all of these suppressions. Thank goodness. And then for a second activation here, we're going to attack this hex. We'll do concentrated fire. Can they do this? Oh, they're actually not adjacent to a leader, so we can't do this. They can flip over to their deployed side. We should actually see how many dark commands we have. We have 4. I think doing that does draw opportunity fire from them. So we'll roll it. It's a fail. So we'll place no opportunity fire on this. Okay, so spend 3 direct commands. It's important to clear a little bit of room for that next wave to come out and help out with. Okay. Next chat. Soviet direct command. So we get 1 plus 3 is 4. So we go up to 5. First thing we'll do is we'll reduce this 1 level. Then we will do the concentrated fire 4, 5, 6. So we're activating 2. So 6 minus 1 for night, plus 1 for that. We're firing upslope. So let's see. Yeah, so that's minus 2. So 4, 5, 6, 7. All the positive fires. Minus 1 for upslope, minus 1 for night. So 5 or fewer. 0. Alright, so 0 on the red is a single DG suppressed. Well, that eliminates the unit. So that'll give the Soviets their first VP. We'll remove that suppression as well. And then we'll take a shot with this unit. So it's 5. What's that little green? That is woods. So what should I fire with this tank here? So 3. So basically, it'll have to be. Oh, and the tank wouldn't have been able to move last turn since it's a divisional level unit. So I'll give back a direct command for that. Oh, this unit wouldn't have been able to opportunity fire either way because it's night. Range would have been 1 hexes. So you catch yourself. You catch yourself with these things. Alright, so I guess what I'll do is I will try. I'll send this unit here then, since we're just kind of retroing a bit. I will try the attack here with the SMG. So 5, 6, -2 for defense value is 4, -2 for the drain is 2, upslope is 1, 0. We'll do concentrated fire. So 0 or 1. I think we got a DGS result. That does take the last 2 direct commands. Hope I don't regret that. Alright, so the last chit should be the Soviet force chit. Reinforce. Oh, there's another one? Huh. Reinforce. Okay. So, we remove the concentrated fire, we remove the concentrated fire. Alright, so we'll flip to deployed. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. So that'll give the Soviets another 5 victory points. So they'll be up to 6. So if they can get either this hex or this hex, it's going to be a real short scenario. Okay. So we'll go here. And then we'll go here. Now this unit can make a direct fire or opportunity fire, so we'll do the 2 1G for our. So let's see, that would be -2 for hard target, -1 for night, so 4. Concentrated fire would be 5. It's kind of dicey. Otherwise I could go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5. Yeah, I don't want to. I shouldn't blitz. I shouldn't blitz. All right. So we'll set up this tack again here. So we need again a 0 or a 1. No. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, with no command points, you are limited to first actions only. Alright, so let's see what that last chit is. The wind chit. Yeah, we didn't place any barrage markers. Okay. So that's first turn in the books. So we will actually just push on into the next turn, since that didn't take very long at all. So let's get it set up here. So first thing we'll do, so we'll go to 700 turn. Okay. So we always have direct command, wind, so we add the event shit now. Okay. We send the schnapps and vodka back. So then we spend dispatch points. So let's check out the Romanians and let's see, they have 2. They have 2. So their dispatch rating is 4, which is not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah, let's spend that big bad for, let's get that big bad formation chat. Division chat. I'm sorry. I will get on brand in a moment. So we'll chuck that in. So we added the fatigue point for them. Spent the dispatch points. Okay, so now the Soviets. So let's check out the Soviets dispatch rating. The dispatch rating is 5. Actually start with 4 points. So it's a good idea to me to rebuy those chits from last turn. So that'll cost them 3. Well, they actually start with 4, but that's okay. So basically the only difference from last turn is now we're adding the Romanian chit. So we'll bump them up. Fatigue 1. Okay. Oh, we also forgot to check the weather. We'll roll weather 1. So the weather is clear. Alright. So now we get more dispatch points, so we'll roll the Soviets first. Ooh. Yikes. They only get 1. And then we'll roll the Romanians. They get 1 as well. Okay. So then reinforcements. Oops. These are the wrong turn. So we'll send these to the available box. We'll send this to motor pool. Horses. Almost done. Okay, there's no strategic air phase in this scenario. So let's start pulling chits. German direct command, so let's roll. We get a fair amount, we get 6. This attack again is just too good to pass up, so 3, starting base strength at 3, add in the support weapon 4/5, boost firepower for leader, and IRHQ is 7. All these units are deployed now, so it's 7. We can do... I don't want to do concentrated fire because these units are going to probably move up, so we definitely want to keep that option on the table. So 7. Does cost 2 direct command points, so 7. So 5. 5 on the yellow is 3 DGR. I'll put it back to a 4. And then a route check. I guess we'll do the non-flamethrower company. That's a fail. So the hex is also pinned. Yikes. Okay. So we'll remove that for 1. Remove this suppression for 2. Alright. It's a pretty good opportunity to hit these units. So we'll fire from this unit here to this hex here. So rolling. So 4. There's no modifiers, so 3 on a white. White 3. Let me just make sure I can do this. Yeah. So 3. White 3 is 2 DGR. It would take out both of those units. So we'll roll. We'll re-roll. We'll use the vodka to re-roll. Do we want to do that? I mean, I kind of feel like we're going to lose them no matter what. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So we use the vodka, so the attack fails. So we'll spend a direct command point for that, and we'll give up the vodka. Meaning to. Ha ha ha. Okay. And then here we'll attack this unit here. Alright, so 7 minus 1 is 6. Oh boy. Six on the blue, I think that's eliminated. It certainly is. So the Germans get their first victory point. Yikes. Alright. Next chat. Romanians again. So we're going to set up this attack again. This time we can activate everyone. So let me just help myself out. So following a trail is 1, 2. Going into woods is 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actions completed. Actions completed. That'll go there. Actions completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I shorted each of these a hex because of the trail. I didn't see it there. Okay. So here, they can't move. They are disorganized. I don't think there's any rule, like in the other titles, about indirect fire units adjacent to active units. But let me just double check really quickly. That does hold in this game. Okay, so good for them. The difference is that if eligible, like if they clear out, they can go back. So we'll just we'll remove the disorganized. This will attack. No, they don't have line of sight, unfortunately. So they're all done. Here, we'll try it here again. 8. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I didn't declare concentrated fire. I should have. So actually, the Germans will use their schnapps and reroll. This is a very good opportunity for them, so they really don't want to miss out on it. That's the way these things go. Well, you know what, actually, the motor unit should have flipped over, and they should have been able to contribute then. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5 for the special weapon, 6, 7 for the additional companies, 8 for the leader, There's no defensive modifiers. Yeah, let's give them their schnapps back and eliminate these units. This will go to reallocating. It's good for them. Here does have line of sight because each intervening hex is a one lower. So we'll roll it. It's a fail. These guys have no range. This guy will try here. Failed. Actually, this guy will give a horse. So next time, actually, I do love horses, but trucks are faster. So we'll give him a truck, and we'll try and redeploy him. Yeah. So let's try this. That's 8. Yep. Alright, so we'll try here, and we'll attack this hex. So it's the black is a DGS. Okay. That's everyone. Now it's time for a little Soviet payback. So, Marine Force. Here we will dig in. We still have no direct commands, no second actions. So remove, remove, remove. Alright, so we'll do 3, 4, 5 for concentrated fire, and to be clear, it's the tank unit that's targeting this hex here. So 5 minus 2 is 3, minus 2 is 1, so 1, 0 or 1, boom. So 1 on the yellow is DG R star. Okay. And the deployed infantry company will make the route check. And they pass. So only one of these would have been had to rally. So the 4 strength will do an indirect fire here, so it's basically need a 0. Nope, doesn't even place smoke. So this will do the indirect fire, need a 0. Nope, but this time we do get to place smoke. And then 5 concentrated fire for 6. Actually, we should. No, won't make a difference. 6, and then -2, -4, 0 through 2. So that's a 2. 2 on the red is DGR star. So we'll get a second disorganized marker, and we'll take a route check. Yeah, that's going to be a pass. Alright, so 2 of these can move out. So 1 will go there. And then 1 will go there. So 5, 6, upslope. Upslope, woods. And our upslope, so 4, so -4, so 6 -4, 0 to 2. We'll do concentrated fire for 3. 0 to 3. 3. DG R star. Route check. It's a fail. So once again, the hex is pinned. Okay. So we'll remove the suppression there. Okay, that's that shit. Oh, I can bring back this routed unit. So we'll do that there. Ooh, and we have support weapons we could have attached. This is why you have to look carefully. But we have a chance to do a do-over. Okay. Not a do-over, but we can try it again. Okay. So this AT rifle comes over here. Oh, actually, if this is a hard target, we should be using the other side of the thing. So I rolled a 3 on the red against the hard target, which is R star. They still rolled a 9, so it's still a fail. So that all is still fine. That's a preamble to giving them an AT rifle. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, concentrated fire, 8. -3 is 5. Upslope is 4, so 0 to 4. 0 is a route check. So 4. That's going to be a pass. Okay. So here, we'll leave that marker. It's not going to go very far, but they've got a gun. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Concentrated fire is 9. They're actually firing over a stream, but that's okay. So 9 minus 2 minus 4 is 5. So 4. 4 on the red. 2 DG R star. Route check is a clean pass. Alright, so the artillery unit needed a 0. Alright, so this artillery unit, however, will be able to add the other two. So it needs a 1 or 2, 0 through 2. No. Well, actually, I couldn't have shot any of those because there's already smoke there. Alright, so let's do this target instead. And then we'll place smoke here. And then we'll place smoke there. I think those are fair for me to say would have been my next targets. Alright, so let's get these guys a gun. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 7 minus 4, so 0 to 3. Just a narrow miss. So direct command. Alright, so they get 5. Alright, let's see. We'll do this attack first. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Concentrated fire is 9. So we'll pay 2 direct commands. Minus 4 is 5. So 0 through 5. 2 on the red is DGR star. So they will eliminate this unit, which is another victory point for the Soviets. And then route check. They pass. So then we'll attack with these units here. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 4. So 0 to 4, 2. 2 on the red is DGR star. Alright, so route check is a pass. That's another victory point. We have one last direct command. Alright, we'll spend it. We'll just do the 5 strength with the AT rifles for 6. -3, -4 for upslope, so 0 to 2. Fail. So the Soviets definitely able to exact a little bit of revenge. They do need to send. They need to take this hex. Otherwise, they're going to lose this scenario unless they do something. Okay. So let's see. Event. So 0 on the event table. Let's find out. German hero. And that's where he's needed. Okay. And then it's the wind shit. Okay. Cool. An interesting phase. So it's certainly a knife fight. The Soviets are poised to take this hex. Whoa. Yeah. Looks like that wind marker removed a little bit more than it should have. So we lost the 4 DG. Now, if I'm understanding the rules correctly, if this hero activates, when the hero activates, they remove any DG markers that might be on there. So that's definitely going to be a good thing. Otherwise, the Soviets can walk right in, basically. Hopefully they can get up one of those infantry companies beforehand. They will also, I think, try and take this unit and try and dislodge this airborne unit here. That's a good idea. Alright. So, pretty interesting first turn. With, we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is Mike with Play More Games. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.